So we are 7 Canto Bhagavatam. 7 Canto Bhagavatam. Chapter 8. So we're talking about Nrisimhadeva. So how Nrisimhadeva he's fighting with Hiranyakashipu. Nrisimhadeva he स्वयं भगवान.
इसलिए हिरण्यकशिपु के मारना उसे वध करना.
So to kill Hiranyakashipu is nothing, no big deal for him.
किंतु तथापि नृसिंहदेव हिरण्यकशिपु के साथ कैसे युद्ध कर रहे थे.
But still, how we heard how Hiranyakashipu was fighting with Nrisimhadeva, and Nrisimhadeva fighting with Hiranyakashipu. Sometimes the gada, the mace, would fall from the hand of Nrisimhadeva. Hiranyakashipu then was laughing, ha ha ha, and then the fight would start. Sometimes Nrisimhadeva would hold Hiranyakashipu, catch him, and then, just like when the snake falls from the mouth of Garuda, in the same way, Hiranyakashipu would fall out from the hand of Nrisimhadeva sometimes. Will come out from his hand. So this ferocious form of Nrisimhadeva at that time, Ugramurti. So from his mane, the Nrisimhadeva's hair, the mane of the lion was everywhere. And everything was like being like a like everything was trembling, everything was shaking everywhere. And so demigods also came at that place, and they saw how Nrisimhadeva was fighting with Hiranyakashipu. But see something. So Hiranyakashipu was so the demigods were around, and even Swarga was like shaking. The hair on Nrisimhadeva's head shook the clouds and scattered them here and there. His glaring eyes stole the effulgence of the luminaries in the sky, and his breathing agitated the seas and oceans. His breathing. Because of his roaring, all the elephants in the world began to cry in fear. Airplanes were thrown into outer space and the upper planetary system by the hair of Nrisimhadeva's head. Because of the pressure of the Lord's lotus feet, the earth appeared to slip from its position, and all the hills and mountains sprang up due to his intolerable force. Because of the Lord's bodily effulgence, both the sky and all directions diminished in their natural illumination. Manifesting a full effulgence and a fearsome countenance, Lord Nrisimha, being very angry and finding no contestants to face his power and opulence, then sat down in the assembly hall on the excellent throne of the king. At that time, the airplanes of the demigods, who desired to see the activities of the Supreme Lord Narayana, crowded the sky. The demigods began beating drums and kettle drums, and upon hearing them, the angelic women began to dance, while the chiefs of the Gandharvas sang sweetly. My dear King Yudhishthir, the demigods then approached the Lord. They were headed by Lord Brahma, King Indra, Lord Shiva, and included great saintly persons and the residents of Pitriloka, Siddhaloka, Bidadar-loka, and the planet of the snakes. Verse 37-39. 37-39. Chapter 8, 7 Canto, chapter 8, 7 Canto, verse 37-39. So all these demigods, Kinnar, Kimpurush, Lok, many people, they came from far away and they started praising Nrisimhadeva, making many prayers to him.
Siddho
41. Lord Shiva said, the end of the millennium is the time for your anger. Now that this insignificant demon, Hiranyakashipu, has been killed, O my Lord, who are naturally affectionate to your devotee, kindly protect his son Prahlada Maharaj, who is standing nearby as your fully surrendered devotee.
इस मूर्ख ने अपने बल विजय से उत्तम लोक एवं उन पर प्रतिबंध लगा दिया और आपने युद्ध में इस दैत्य को पशु के समान मार डाला। अपनी लीला में नृसिंह रूप धारण करने वाले आपको हम लोग पुनः पुनः नमस्कार करते हैं। इसी प्रकार
So like this, the Gandharva Lokas and others, Jakshas, Kimpurushas, offer their praise to Nrisimhadeva. All of them, they have offered many prayers to Nrisimhadeva. "56. Associates of Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha offer this prayer. O Lord, our supreme giver of shelter, today we have seen your wonderful form as Lord Nrisimhadeva, meant for the good fortune of all the world. O Lord, we can understand that Hiranyakashipu was the same Jaya who engaged in your service, but was cursed by Brahmanas and who thus received the body of a demon. We understand that his having now been killed is your special mercy upon him." Narada Rishi told, "Hey Yudhishthir, Nrisimha was so absorbed and ferocious, it was difficult to come close to him. Even Indra, Brahma, Shiva, demigods, they could not come close to Nrisimhadeva. So the demigods, to pacify Nrisimhadeva, they sent Lakshmi. And she was so afraid seeing him in that condition, she was afraid to come near him. So she had never seen that form of God, they never also have heard about it. Lakshmi Devi, like this ferocious form. Therefore, Lord Brahma, verse number 3, next chapter, Lord Brahma requested Prahlada, who was standing very near him. First, demigods told to Lakshmi, "You should go and you should pacify your husband." Lakshmi Devi said, "For me it's not possible to do it now. I cannot go. I have never seen this astonishing form, I never heard about this form." Lakshmi Devi told. said.
लक्ष्मी देवी भयभीत हो गए।
So Lakshmi Devi was also afraid.
तत्पश्चात ब्रह्मा जी
Thereafter, Lord Brahma
प्रहलाद को देखा
requested Prahlad Maharaj, seeing Prahlad,
माल के कहने लगे,
and told, "Oh,
तुम जाओ।
Prahlada, you go."
भगवान के ब्रह्मा जी के पास ही खड़े प्रहलाद
So Brahmaji was standing nearby. He told Prahlada,
कहकर भेजा,
Nrisimhadeva is extremely angry at your demoniac father. Please go forward and appease the Lord.
और उन्हें शांत करो। हे राजन,
O king,
महाभागवत प्रहलाद
although the exalted devotee Prahlada was only a little boy,
अगर धीरे धीरे भगवान
he accepted Lord Brahma's words. He gradually proceeded toward Lord Nrisimhadeva and fell down to offer his respectful obeisances with folded hands.
दंडवत प्रणाम किया। भगवान नृसिंहदेव ने जब उन्हें
When Lord Nrisimhadeva saw the small boy Prahlada Maharaj prostrated at the soles of his lotus feet, he became most ecstatic in affection toward his devotee. Raising Prahlad, the Lord placed his lotus hand upon the boy's head, because his hand is always ready to create fearlessness in all of his devotees.
कर कमल उनके मस्तक पर रख दिया। जब प्रहलाद महाराज आने लगे,
So when Prahlad Maharaj came,
भगवान के चित्त क्या हो गया?
the heart of Bhagavan
विभूत हो गया,
melted.
पिघल गए चित्त। आंखें स्वयं नृसिंहदेव के आंखों से आंसू की धारा
So Nrisimhadeva was crying, tears
होने लगे।
from his eyes falling.
भगवान ने उसे उठाया और काल सर्प से भयभीत मनुष्य के अभय प्रदान करने वाला अपने कर कमल उनके
By the touch of Lord Nrisimhadeva's hand on Prahlada Maharaj's head,
भगवान के कर कमल
Prahlada was completely freed of all material contaminations and desires, as if he had been thoroughly cleansed. Therefore, he at once became transcendentally situated, and all the symptoms of ecstasy became manifest in his body. His heart filled with love, and his eyes with tears, and thus he was able to completely capture the lotus feet of the Lord within the core of his heart.
अपने हृदय में भगवान के चरण कमल को धारण किया। प्रहलाद माने संपूर्ण
Verse 7. Prahlada Maharaj fixed his mind and sit upon Lord Nrisimhadeva with full attention, in complete trance. With a fixed mind, he began to offer prayers in love with a faltering voice.
प्रहलाद जी ने जो
Verse 8. The prayers that Prahlada Maharaj did to Nrisimhadeva.
ब्रह्मादय सुरगणा मुनसो अथ सिद्धा सर्वैकता न गायनं वचसं प्रबाहुं नाराधितु पुरुगुणैर्गुणापि विप्रो किन्तोस्तु महते नते परिरुग्रजायते। प्रहलाद महाराज ने कहा,
Prahlada Maharaj told,
सुजमय प्रभु, धर्म
"How is it possible for me, who have been born in a family of Asuras, to offer suitable prayers to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Even until now, all the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, and all the saintly persons, could not satisfy the Lord by streams of excellent words. Although such persons are very qualified, being the mode of goodness, then what is to be said of me? I am not at all qualified." Verse 8.
द्वारा आप किस प्रकार प्रसन्न हो सकते हैं? बड़े बड़े देवता लोग की स्तुति में आप प्रसन्न नहीं हैं।
So even great demigods cannot please you by their prayers. Imagine, I am in tamasic bhav, ignorant mood, because I am born in a family of demons. So how can you be pleased with my prayers? Prahlada is saying.
मैं समझता हूँ कि धन सत्कुल में जन्म
I know that to be born in a good family, have beauty, be intelligent, control the senses, everything One may possess wealth, an aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory expertise, luster, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, and mystic yogic power. But I think that even by all these qualifications, one cannot satisfy God. However, one can satisfy God by simply devotional service. Gajendra did this, and thus the Lord was satisfied with him. So Gajendra, was out with his family, and he was on a lake playing in the water. Gajendra means that elephant. So he was with female elephant playing in the water, and then a crocodile caught his leg, and the crocodile was dragging him to the deep water. Gajendra tried to save himself a lot. He could not come from the claws of from the grasp of the crocodile. Even the family of that elephant, the female elephant and the kids, tried to help him with their trunk. But all of their endeavors was useless and failed. And then Gajendra was about to sink in the water. Just small parts of his trunk was outside of the water before drowning. So, because he had some samskara from previous life, Gajendra, before dying, he lifted one flower, and with his trunk, he offered that flower to Bhagavan Vishnu. Bhagavan Vishnu was in Dwaraka with Rukmini in a beautiful palace at that time. And Gajendra was like this suffering call of Gajendra reached Dwaraka. And at that moment, Bhagavan Krishna, he sat in the back of Garuda and he came. So Bhagavan manifested 4 arms with Shankha Chakra Gada Pad, and he accepted that flower that Gajendra had given him. So in the same way, Prahlada Maharaj says, so God has accepted the flower that Gajendra offered him. Because Gajendra, in his previous lives, he was serving Bhagavan. Who was Gajendra in the previous lives? He was Nrisimha Maharaj. So he gave up his kingdom, he went to the forest to perform Bhagavad Bhajan. One day, he was serving the deity, then one Rishi like Agastya Rishi came there, but seeing the Rishi, Nrisimha Maharaj did not honor the Rishi. Who? So he didn't honor Nrisimha Maharaj. Sorry, Nrisimha Maharaj didn't honor Agastya Rishi. Then the Rishi gave a curse to him. You are so proud. You don't even know how to give honor to the saints? So just like a lion is always so proud and absorbed in his own glorification and praise, the elephants are too much egoistic. They think, oh, I am the king. They have this ego to be the king. So you are not honoring the saints. properly. So saying this, he cursed him and told, you should be born as a lion. And after that, he came to Agastya Rishi, he did many prayers, so he asked for forgiveness. Please forgive me. Rishi told, so you have to be born as Gajendra. So Bhagavan Shri Hari will later deliver you from the body of Gajendra. So Prahlada Maharaj is saying, oh, all powerful Lord,
अज्ञानी युग और अपनी कृपा प्रकट करने के लिए ही अपने द्वारा गई पूजाओं का स्वीकार करते हैं जिस प्रकार गंगा जल के द्वारा.
So just like we worship the Ganges with the water of the Ganges.
ठीक उसी प्रकार.
So in the same way, Prahlada Maharaj is saying, O Prabhu, how can I really worship you?
निशंक होकर अपने बुद्धि के अनुसार सब प्रकार से भगवान की महिमा का वर्णन करूंगा. भगवान की महिमा सुने अथवा पढ़ने से अविद्या के कारण उत्पन्न अज्ञानमय संसार से आसक्त जीव के समस्त कलमश दूर हो जाता है. कलमश माने
Kalmasha means the sins. O best of the great personalities. Verse 43. I am not at all afraid of material existence. For wherever I stay, I am fully absorbed in thoughts of your glories and activities. Kalmasha means pap. My concern is only for the fools and rascals who are making elaborate plans for material happiness. Actually, a sinner person can never speak the names of God. Shastra explains. So in his Prahlada Maharaj was thinking, hey Bhagavan, I was born in a demon family. Just by your mercy, I am going to describe some of your glories. Only by your mercy. So your mercy, and I'll describe your glories. Just like with the water of the Ganges, you worship the Ganges river. The same way Prahlada Maharaj is saying. So by your mercy, I am praising you. And in this way, all the jivas, their sins, they are removed. And they attain the highest goal, Bhagavat Prem. Prahlada did so many stutis, prayers to Nrisimhadeva. Oh Nrisimhadeva, I am your servant. Oh Supreme Lord, you are actually the fire, the earth, fire, sky and water. You are the objects of sense perception, the life airs, the five senses, verse 48, the mind, consciousness and false ego. Indeed, you are everything, subtle and gross, the material elements and anything expressed either by the two words Sorry, either by the words or by the mind. You are nothing but you.
अपराधियों से मनुष्य के दुख को प्रतिकार कर सकते हो। इस प्रकार प्रहलाद महाराज जी अनेक स्तुति आदि
So Prahlada Maharaj performed many prayers known as Prahlada Stuti. Oh, best of lords.
कुछ भी नहीं करते हैं, किंतु मैं उन जनों का परित्याग करके अकेला मुक्ति प्राप्त नहीं चाहता। मुझे तो आपके अतिरिक्त इन बहिर्मुख जीवों का कोई रक्षक दिखाई नहीं देता। प्रायेण देवो मुनयो विमुक्त कामा मौनं चरन्ति विजयन प्रार्थनिष्ठा।
So this sloka of Prahlada Maharaj is very beautiful. Prayena deva mayena yosa vimukti kama. You should also remember this verse, okay? You have to learn this sloka. This sloka is number 7th canto, 9th chapter, verse 44.
सविमुक्त कामा मौनं चरन्ति विजनेन परार्थनिष्ठा नैतान् विहाय कृष्णान् विमुच्यस एको नान्नं तदास्य शरणं भ्रमतो अनुप
So verse 44. My dear Lord Nrisimhadeva said there are many saintly persons indeed, but they are interested only in their own deliverance. They don't care for big cities and towns. They go to the Himalayas or the forest to meditate with vows of silence. They are not caring for others. They are not interested in delivering others. As for me, however, I do not wish to be liberated alone, leaving aside all these poor fools and rascals. I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. Therefore, I wish to bring them back to shelter at your lotus feet. In this commentary, Vishwanath wrote, if you endeavor for your own mukti, this is swarti, this is selfish. But what did the Prahlada Maharaj say? I'm not thinking about my own mukti. Hey Maha-purusha, there are 10 sadhanas of moksha.
आगे है मुक्ति तभी कर्म नाश तभी से होइते पारे श्री कृष्ण दास दास है ना ना भावियो दास के साधारण तुच्छ मत भावो.
So to be a servant of God is nothing ordinary. It's nothing ordinary to be the servant of the Lord. The brahmachari keeps a vow of silence, reads the scriptures, follows the dharma, works in the Guru Seva. So he can describe all the shastra. So wherever he goes, so so what did I say? Is the best welfare. So to deliver one conditioned soul from the material world, to remove this desire for enjoy material sense gratification from the heart of conditioned soul, this is the best welfare activity you can do for the soul, because the conditioned soul has so many of material desires, sense enjoyment. That's when Thakur explains. So the Bhattacharya, they have material desires. What are their material desires? Whatever you do to please your senses. What did I say? Whatever you do to give happiness to your senses. The Vishaya Vasana, material desire. Isn't it? So we want our own happiness. This Vishaya Vasana, material desire to enjoy. That's why Thakur says, when all these desires will disappear, when this samsara dasha, this stage in Maya, when this will finish? When the jiva can become free from the anarthas? Srila Bhakti-Prabhupada wrote about it. If you're remembering God 24 hours per day, 24/7, then you will be free from all the material desires. Thinking about Bhagavan. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote, when the moment you sleep, then what? Always thinking about God. Whatever you work and do in the daytime, when you go to sleep in the evening, you remember same things. That same sound is coming. We have two kinds of minds. Chetan mind, conscious mind, and avachetan mind, unconscious mind. So when we are awake, we have some relation with the chetan mind, the conscious mind. Like a photographer. The camera is taking all the pictures, isn't it? Whatever we walk, drink, sit, eat. So it's like taking pictures. Whatever we see, our mind is always taking picture of everything. The mind is like photographing everything, chuk, 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 that whatever we see, everything. And during the night, our body is weak, we go for rest. So then starts the body of the unconscious mind. So the conscious mind takes all the photo, but in the evening time when you go to bed, everything comes back.
इसके उदाहरण वो दे रहे ना, क्या बोले?
Some examples given about the
हिरण होकर जन्म लिया,
that one who was born as a deer,
भरत महाराज,
Dharma Maharaj. Sorry, Bharat Maharaj. So Bharat Maharaj was so much attached to that baby deer. When the baby left the deer, he was on the top of a mountain searching for the deer. And that at the place, because of the rain, became so slippery. But because Hiranyakashipu had so much was thinking so much about him, so his feet slipped. Sorry, talking about Bharat Maharaj, right? So he was thinking about the deer. So he went on the top of the hill thinking about the deer. He slipped, fell down, he died, and thinking about the deer. Then next life he had to be born as a deer. It's one story from Bharat Maharaj. So if you're 24/7 thinking about Bhagavan, then all our material desires disappear. So if you chant holy names in the daytime, then later this will be your natural tendency. Like whenever you go to sleep, this automatically will come in you to chant holy names. Isn't it? This also happens. You can tell by your own experience. You don't even need to try. So Prahlada Maharaj is saying, "Hey Bhagavan, you gave me so much mercy. When my material desires will be over, Yara means to see. When will we see this divine transcendental Vrindavan Dham? When will I see Vrindavan? When will I have the darshan of Vrindavan? When our heart will be pure. When you reach to Ashakti Dasha, after Shala Sadhusanga Bhajana Kriyananta Nivritti Nista Ruchi Ashakti. So when the sadhaka reaches the stage of Ashakti, then he's thinking about it. 24/7 chanting holy names. If you try 24/7 really chanting, without eating, sleeping, drinking, then how to survive? Otherwise you'll feel like you must eat or not. You have to sleep, eat. This is necessary also for the body or not? If you don't do properly, then your body will be good. So eat and accept it in the service of Bhagavan. So the chastity, we have to we have to only accept what is favorable for our bhakti. For the anukul, whatever is favorable for our body engaging in Krishna consciousness is enough, otherwise the rest, give up. But If your body wants to eat 4 rotis, 4 chapatis, and you're eating only 2,
भजन में इसमें बाधाएं आती
this will be some obstacle in your bhajan later.
हैं।
Because
क्या
you
बाधा
eat
है?
less. Which
शरीर क्षीण
obstacle?
हो जाएगा।
Your body will be so thin
अनेक प्रकार
and weak.
रोग शोक जरा व्याधि आदि
Many kinds of
शरीर में
diseases will come and take your
है
body,
कि नहीं?
isn't it?
भजन कहाँ से?
So how to do bhajan like this?
इसलिए कहा जाए यथा यज्ञ हो ताते प्रभु नहीं। प्रहलाद महाराज जी उसी प्रकार करें प्रभु।
So Prahlada Maharaj told, hey Prabhu,
ज्ञानी जन जिस प्रकार विवेचना करके वेद
like the Gyanis, they analyze the Vedas.
और अंत में ज्ञानीजन अपने समाधि में स्थित हो जाते हैं। हे भगवान नृसिंहदेव, आपको मैं बार बार
Hey Bhagavan Nrisimhadeva,
प्रणाम करता हूँ।
I do my pranams to you again and again. Deve estar baixo porque eu levantei aqui. Tem um pouco som longe do som.
श्री नारद जी कहने लगे, हे
Narada Rishi told,
महाराज, इस प्रकार
hey Jussi Maharaj, so in this way,
भक्ति भावमय युक्त और अपराकृत गुण से सहित
Prahlada, who is full of bhakti and all the qualities,
कारण आदि स्वस्वरूपभूत गुणों का वर्णन किए जाने पर भगवान श्री नृसिंहदेव अपने क्रोध का संवरण करके
so Nrisimhadeva, he controlled his anger. Control his anger and
अपने चरण की कमल में इस प्रहलाद के बड़े प्रेम के साथ आप स्वीकार करें।
so accept Prahlada.
भगवान उवाचम
Bhagavan told,
प्रहलाद भद्रते केतुंगते असुरोत्तमं वरं पृथिवीमाश्रितमतं कामपूरेण अभयं नृणाम्। नृसिंहदेव कहने लगे,
Nrisimhadeva told,
परम कल्याण
oh so blessed one,
प्रहलाद,
my son Prahlada,
तेरा मंगल हो।
may you be auspicious.
हे असुरोत्तम, मैं तुम्हें अति समन
Oh best of demons,
प्रसन्न हूँ।
I'm very pleased.
प्राण के विलास पूर्ण करता हूँ, अतः तुम्हारा कार्य कोई मनोरथ मुझे मुनि से भाग लो। स्वयं भगवान नृसिंहदेव क्या कहा?
So what did Swami Bhagavan told Nrisimhadeva? Nrisimhadeva told Prahlada what?
अपने मनोरथ जो मन में जो इच्छा है,
So your desire you have,
मुझसे मांग लो, मैं देने के लिए सर्व
ask for me and I'm ready to give you anything. I'm ready.
और नृसिंहदेव कहने लगे, प्रहलाद,
Nrisimhadeva told, hey Prahlada,
दर्शन से प्राणियों में कोई भी शोक
when they have my darshan, no living entity, they suffer anymore from unhappiness and any suffering. Because if you have darshan of Bhagavan,
ये लक्षण है।
this is really one symptom. Like when you have darshan of Bhagavan, nothing else disturbs you.
भगवान के दर्शन होने पर
So when you see Bhagavan,
लक्षण दिखाई देता है।
we see all these symptoms. Which one?
इधर में किसी प्रकार से संसार पसंद नहीं रहेगा,
So not even one smell of material desire will stay in your heart.
रहेगा
It will stay?
नहीं रहेगा।
No.
इसलिए हम लोग तो विग्रह तो भगवत
So we're seeing the Vigraha, which is directly God, the deity.
हमारी विषय वासना नष्ट होने तो बहुत दूर
Is,
की बात है,
but
विषय वासना और भी
our material desires are not destroyed. Otherwise, they are increasing more and more. Why?
यहाँ तो भागवत में कह रहे नहीं।
Bhagavatam explains, Nrisimhadeva told.
दर्शन से क्या हो जाता है?
After seeing me,
विषय वासना
the living entities they are free from all the material desires.
हम लोग तो विग्रह दर्शन कर रहे हैं।
So we are seeing the deity is also Bhagavan.
तीन
So Nama Vigraha Swarup, they are only one. Nam Vigraha Swarup are the same. So Nrisimhadeva is saying, hey Prahlad. So these are moods. It's very the highest mood amongst human beings. Especially all the material desires of the human beings. When they see me, Krishna is saying, they are free from all material desires. So actually we're not having darshan of Bhagavan, this is true. If we were really having darshan, we wouldn't have this material desire in our heart. That's why I cannot see God with your eyes, only with your ears. Bhaktivinoda-Prabhupada wrote. Bhaktivinoda-Prabhupada said, you cannot see God with your eyes, only with your ears. Why? What did you understand? What did I say? Sham, you tell. What have I said? Just repeat what I told just now. So how to have darshan? You cannot have Bhagavad darshan with your eyes, only with your ears is necessary. Actually, you cannot see God except with your ears. Generally think, oh, I have darshan with eyes, but here saying no. Actually, have to have darshan with your ears. Sorry. Ow. By listening Harikatha from the sadhu, then we can attain. So, to attain God with your ears, because you listen Harikatha. Because Bhagavad Katha is transcendental. Bhagavad Katha is transcendental and is God Himself. So how can we have darshan of God? Because with our eyes we cannot see the deity actually. So how to see God? So we cannot see God because He's transcendental, His form is transcendental. So to see Him we need the mercy of Lord. So Bhagavan will see you. He will see you. Actually, we cannot see God. Those who have some spiritual potency, Siddha maha-purusha, Nitya Mukta maha-purusha, then yes. But for us, normal devotees, what is the rule? We pray to God. Hey Prabhu, this infallible darshan, your infallible vision, please look at me. By your mercy, then I can have the darshan of your vigraha. Bhaktivinoda-Prabhupada is saying. So you cannot see Bhagavan with your eyes, only with the ears. So they told, how is it, what is the proof you have the mercy of God? So you say you're seeing God, so what is the proof you got this mercy? By the mercy of Bhagavan you can have His darshan. So, oh Lord, please be merciful to all the jivas. We cannot actually see God.
यदि ये भी आप प्रश्न उठाइए,
Maybe you'll ask,
क्या प्रश्न?
which question?
तो भगवान हम लोग के क्यों दर्शन नहीं दे रहे?
Why God is not giving us darshan then?
कारण भी क्या है?
What is the reason?
हर रोज कहते हैं शुभ दृष्टि करो प्रभु जगत।
Every day we say, "Oh Prabhu, give us our merciful glance. Make this Sumangala Rati, Purusha's Rati appear in my heart." We are praying like this every day.
आप हमारे को शुभ दृष्टि करें।
Oh Lord, please give me mercy. Your merciful sight, your glance.
भगवत कृपा होनी चाहिए।
So we need the mercy of Lord.
कृपाले सहित जारे ईश्वर तत्व से जाने वाले पाए। भगवान की कृपा जिसके ऊपर हो जाती है।
If someone has the mercy of Bhagavan, then he can understand about Bhagavan. Otherwise, it's not possible.
क्योंकि हमारे जड़ आँख है।
Because we have material eyes, isn't it?
और भगवत विग्रह क्या है?
And the deity is spiritual
जड़ जिस प्रकार से
consciousness, conscious. So the material don't touch conscious, and conscious do not touch material. Our senses are material. How can we see God? Who is transcendental.
इसलिए भगवान हमें दर्शन करें।
So may Bhagavan give us darshan.
आप मुझे दर्शन करें।
Bhagavan, you please give me your darshan.
ये कहा। दो प्रकार के मार्ग है ये
So there are two kinds of ways,
और एक
paths.
अवरोह और
Avaroha
आरोह।
and Aroha.
आरोह पंथा के छोड़ करके
So Aroha
अवरोह
Pantha, it's like the
में चलना ही
ascending path. No, we should go for the descending path. Do you understand?
तुलसीदास उदाहरण दे रहे हैं।
Tulsidas give an example.
बारिश के बूंद
If somebody wants to catch a drop of rain, a raindrop,
प्राप्त कर लो।
oh, I'll catch the raindrop. This is useless endeavors, because first you have to wait for the raindrop to fall.
पकड़ करके कोई ऊपर नहीं जा सकता।
You cannot go up, like try to go high and then catch a raindrop, isn't it?
दास जी के उदाहरण दे रहे हैं।
Tulsidas gave this example.
और दूसरी क्या है?
Another example,
उनके चरणाश्रय करके दिए नहीं ऊपर।
we have to take shot of lotus feet of Guru very humbly.
भगवान की कृपा प्राप्ति करें।
To get the mercy of Bhagavan.
अपने बल बुद्धि चेष्टा
So your endeavors, your intelligence, you have to give up all this.
भगवान श्री हरि
Then you have to only
हम समर्पित हो जाए।
surrender to Bhagavan Sri Hari.
तब भगवान ऐसे समर्पित आत्मा जीवों के जो है
Then Bhagavan
दृष्टि प्रदान करते हैं।
will give mercy to these surrendered souls.
सकते आप
Maybe you'll ask,
भगवान हमें कोई दर्शन क्यों नहीं दे रहे?
so why God is not giving me darshan yet?
मैं इतने भजन करता हूँ, नाम करता
I'm doing so much bhajan, chanting holy names.
हूँ, करता हूँ, प्रभु
I pray to Bhagavan also.
मुझे दर्शन दो।
I always pray, so
चाहते नहीं चाहते, भगवत दर्शन कौन नहीं चाहता?
who does not want to see Bhagavan?
भगवान के ऐसे सुंदर मुख कमल,
Beautiful form of Bhagavan, his beautiful face.
भगवान हमें ऐसे क्यों दर्शन क्यों?
So why God is not giving me his darshan then?
कहते हमारे हृदय में जो वासना है, विषय वासना,
Because this material desire is in our hearts because of this.
इसलिए भगवान दर्शन नहीं दे रहे।
That's why he's not giving us darshan.
भगवान तो सर्वसमर्थमान है।
God is all powerful.
समर्थमान पुरुष ही भगवान
He's all powerful, capable of everything.
दे सकते हैं।
He can give us if he wants.
भगवान भक्ति भी दे सकते हैं, सब कुछ कर सकते हैं।
Bhagavan can give us darshan also.
समर्थ सब भगवान
He can make the impossible possible.
है कि नहीं कर देता, नहीं को है कर देता।
His yes can become a no, and no become a yes. Like whatever is impossible, he can change and make possible, and whatever was possible, he can make it impossible.
है ये तो सारी बात है। जो होने वाला नहीं उसकी बिगड़ जाए,
He can change.
और जो नहीं होने वाला है,
That was not going to happen. Bhagavan can make it happen.
कर सकते।
He can.
वो सर्वशक्तिमान है।
He's Sarvashaktiman, all powerful. Whatever he wants, he can do.
है कि नहीं, आप बताओ।
Isn't it? Tell me.
भगवान सर्वशक्तिमान,
Bhagavan is Sarvashaktiman.
अमृत पुरुष है, अमृत समझे उनके ऊपर कोई नहीं, ऊपर कोई नहीं.
There's no one higher than him. It's called Anurda Maha-purusha. Means there's no one higher than him. He has Achinta Shakti, inconceivable potency, amongst one of his potencies. So he can make a crow become a Garuda, and a Garuda become a crow. Even a falling crow can become Garuda by his mercy. So Swami Bhagavan is all powerful. So we pray, hey Prabhu, please be merciful. Then we can know about you, see your form.
ज्ञानी साधुजन अंतःकरण की हृदय आदि समस्त वृत्तियों से मुझे संतुष्ट करने के लिए प्रयास करते हैं. बड़े बड़े संत महात्मा
Even great saints,
कैसे सुंदर आराधना आदि करते रहते हैं. क्यों करते हैं? उनकी कृपा प्राप्ति करते हैं.
the saints did they endeavor so much just to get the mercy of Lord.
हे भगवान, आप कि मैं एकांतिक भक्त हूँ.
Hey Bhagavan, I'm your one-pointed devotee.
भगवान को दिन रात प्रार्थना करते रहते हैं.
So devotee is praying day and night.
आप मुझे कृपा करें.
Prabhu, please be merciful to me.
विषय वासना के द्वारा हृदय मेरा विषय वासना.
My heart is burning by the material desires.
विषय वासना यदि हृदय ताते मोर दम्भ मेरा दम्भ रहता है, अहंकार रहता है.
What is Shloka Gurudev is reading? So I'm so proud. But hey Prabhu,
जितने भी विषय वासना दम्भ अहंकार आदि
all this pride that I have in my heart,
नष्ट करा करके
please destroy everything
आपके दिव्य लीला कथा में मेरा श्रवण कीर्तन
and make me have taste in your and listening your pastimes.
इसलिए कहते हैं इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे श्री ब्रह्म सूत्र भाष्ये भक्ति परिवातुम रुतिराज्यम इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे ब्रह्मसूत्र भाष्ये परमसंहितायां वैयासिकं सप्तम स्कंदे श्री प्रह्लादो चरित्र श्री भगवते नाम अध्याय. प्रह्लाद महाराज अंतिम में क्या प्रार्थना किया?
What was his last prayer?
प्रह्लाद महाराज जी कहने लगे, प्रभु
Prahlada Maharaj told, hey Prabhu,
निसिंह पुराण में भी एक सुंदर श्लोक.
Nrisimha-Prahlada also there's a beautiful shloka explaining.
निसिंह देव के निकट यह प्रार्थना.
Prahlada Maharaj asked to Nrisimhadeva, hey Prabhu,
समस्त जीवों के आप मुक्त करा करके अपने धाम में ले जाइए और वो समस्त जीवों के
take
जितने पाप
all the
तो पाप भोगने के लिए
jivas to your abode and give me a place in the hell to suffer their sins.
समस्त जीवों के आप मुक्त करा दीजिए.
Please deliver all the jivas. This is what he asked.
जो महान व्यक्ति है सभी की कल्याण चाहते
So those who are exalted personalities, they want everyone's welfare.
प्रह्लाद महाराज इसलिए कह रहे हैं, प्रभु
Prahlada Maharaj is also saying, hey Prabhu,
समस्त जीवों के संसार से मुक्त करा दीजिए.
please deliver all the jivas from this material world.
आपकी गुण कथा सर्वत्र प्रचार करें.
and I'll just glorify you everywhere. Listen to this, Nrisimhadeva. His heart melted. Nrisimhadeva started crying. Then he was like caressing Prahlada. Prahlada, I'm satisfied with your words. Until now, no one hasn't told me this. Everybody endeavors for mukti. So first you want your deliverance. So imagine if you're in the middle of a fire, like a terrible fire, you're in the middle inside of this great fire, your friend also with you, oh my friend, like now it's everyone on their own. So cha-cha, now I have to save my own life. But Prahlada Maharaj is not like this. Please deliver all the jivas, and all the sins of these jivas. Give to me. I want to stay for a limited time in the hell. Listening to this, the heart of Nrisimhadeva completely melted. And he told Prahlada, I give you my word. So in the Nrisimha-Purana is explaining like this. Nrisimhadeva told Prahlada, I'll give you my word now. If anyone listens to the Hiranyakashipu Prahlada katha, the person will be delivered from the material world and attain my dham.
इसलिए प्रहलाद ऋषि का चरित्र कथा सभी को जो श्रवण करना चाहिए.
That's why everybody must listen to Prahlada Charitra, the teachings of Prahlada Maharaj. Because actually the words of Bhagavan are there in his promise. So if once somebody listens to the Prahlada katha, Dhruv katha, the person will be freed from all sins. Come means pap, sinful activities. The sinners cannot pronounce the name of Lord. Not possible. So Bhagavan told to Arjun, hey Arjun, those who for 100 lives, they have worshipped Vasudeva and Tulsi. So, mukti. They say, I put that and all your sins are destroyed. And all your attachments of karma will be destroyed also. So the jivas that are taken by the sins, they cannot pronounce and speak the name of Lord. Those the jivas who are chanting holy names, they are not ordinary jivas, those who are chanting holy names. Maybe they haven't reached Swarup Siddhi, this is true. But how many days and nights they are trying? So Nrisimhadeva told, I'll give you my word. Whoever listens to my katha, the person will be freed from the abode of this place. They will attain my dham, my abode. That's why we really must listen to the katha of Prahlada Nrisimha. Very beautiful katha.
नृसिंहदेव कहने प्रहलाद,
Then Bhagavan Nrisimhadeva told
मैं तुमको
Prahlada,
वचन देता हूँ,
but I give you my word.
तुम कुछ मुझे वर मांगो।
You ask something from me.
वरं वरस्य एतत् वैनादेवं सचिन जत निधनं पिताते तावद् विद्वांसते य एवेश्वरं पश्चात् ओति सर्वलोक गुरु प्रभो पार्वती तनुरे भातृदेहि मृषा दृष्टि स्तवत मद्भक्ति मयि धावमानो। प्रहलाद महाराज यहाँ पर भी एक शब्द कहा।
Here Prahlada Maharaj told one point. Hey Prabhu,
मैं आपके वरदान ये मांगता हूँ, मेरे पिता आपके लिए
by your blessing,
आपके तेज को नहीं जानते थे।
my father didn't know all your potency, your power.
वे आपको अपने भाई का वध कर यह समझकर मिथ्या दृष्टिकोण रखते हुए आपके ऊपर आक्रमण करते थे।
So he used to attack
किंतु
you.
आप अपने कृपा से
But later,
उनके समस्त
by your
विरोध को
mercy,
हटाके यहाँ तक भी देह आत्माभिमान को भी परित्याग करो।
you've given up even the Dehabhiman with the material things like the house.
इसलिए मेरा पिताजी, हे प्रभु आप सर्वसमर्थ हो, दीनबंधु,
Hey Prabhu, you keep everything, a friend of the fallen.
सर्वसमर्थमान हो।
You are all powerful.
आप मुझे कटाक्ष, आप तो सर्वशक्तिमान हो।
You are all powerful. My desire is that you will please
विमुक्त करा दी,
release my father
कष्ट दिया।
because he gave you so much suffering.
भगवान नृसिंहदेव कहने लगे,
So Bhagavan Nrisimhadeva told,
त्रिसप्तभी पीता भूतम पितृभिः सह ते अघनम जतो साधु अस्य कुले जातु भगवान वै कुला पावन। श्री भगवान नृसिंहदेव कहने लगे,
Bhagavan Nrisimhadeva told,
हे निष्पाप प्रहलाद,
Oh Prahlada, you has no sins.
तुम्हारे पिता पवित्र हो गए हैं।
Your father is already
इस विषय में
purified.
तो कहानी नहीं है, क्या कहे?
It's not a story, this is true.
उनके साथ तुम्हारी पूर्व 21 पीढ़ियां भी हैं। तुम्हारे पिताजी के साथ उनके कितने 21 पीढ़ियां भी उद्धार हो
So also from your
गए।
father's side, 21 dynasties already will be destroyed, delivered. So 3 Sata truths and 3.
क्या? त्रिसप्तभी का अर्थ होता है
3 Sata means 3 Sata.
3 into 7
3,
21 पीढ़ियां।
3 times 7 is 21. So 21.
21 पीढ़ियों को भी उद्धार हो गया। क्यों? तुम महाभागवत है।
So 21 generations are purified by a Vaishnava in the family. And pure Vaishnava.
क्योंकि प्रहलाद इस वंश में कुल को पवित्र करने वाला तुम्हारे जैसे पुत्र का जन्म हुआ।
Actually, because Prahlada was born in your dynasty,
जिस कुल
your
में एक वैष्णव जन्म ले लेते हैं,
dynasty is purified. Because if only one Vaishnava is born on earth,
धन्य मानते हैं।
and their planets feel so blessed
स्वर्ग आदि
and
लोग में
dignified.
देवता लोग उसके ऊपर पुष्पवृष्टि करते
The demigods in Swarga, they are throwing petals on him.
हैं। आपने जब जन्म लिया,
Like you are being born, and the demigods, they are throwing petals on you.
वो जानते हैं,
Because you're a Vaishnava and they know you're a Vaishnava.
है ना, इसमें लिख रहे हैं।
It's written. Ai, obrigada, estava procurando.
और ऐसे महान भागवत जाते हैं.
So why this Mahabhagavat goes, wherever he goes, he glorifies Lord Krishna. So when there's no rain in one country, if the maha-purusha goes there, immediately the rain will come. The Shastra explains. So the devotee really will purify everywhere. The entire dynasty will be purified, and so the country. Hey, so Prahlada, ask for another benediction. You haven't asked for anything yet. All the fathers, they have which duty? To take care of the kids, and they feel so much happy in taking care of their kids, of their children. Eat, my son. Father means spend some money for the son. So, but those who are miser, like a father miser, he's not buying anything for himself, not also for his son. Miser, father. Sometimes the miser father also do some service. I don't want to take the name, but and say, Maharaj, please come to my house in the day of Dwadasi. But with which? How many brahmacharis? Only 10. Okay, how many chapatis each brahmachari eats? Because I'll just make enough chapatis, roti for all of them. Okay, make 3 chapatis for each brahmachari. Or 2. So make 30 chapatis. But not all brahmacharis will go. At least the pujari will have to stay in the temple. Not everyone will go, I think. So he's saying like this, that all the brahmacharis should go to his house on the day of Dwadasi to take prasad. Then he's asking, but how many chapatis they eat, each brahmachari? Okay, 3 chapatis. Okay. Then he says, but the 10 brahmacharis will go to my house. Then he's doubting. At least the pujari will not go. Come on. So I'll make at least 3 chapatis less than the account, the calculation. Okay, maybe less sadhus can come, no need so many. So some people, they think like this, they're like miser. So 10 brahmacharis make 30 chapatis, no. He wants to make like calculated exactly. So some people, they are so miser. But even sometimes they want to do some service, the misers. Okay, 8 a.m. Finish. So Prahlada Maharaj is saying here, Prabhu, Nrisimhadeva is saying, Prahlada, your father is already delivered. Because when a Mahabhagavat comes in some dynasty, 21 generations, they automatically are delivered. Shastra explains, Janani Katha, the mother of a devotee, when she gives birth to the son who is a devotee, the mother thinks, oh, my life is successful because I gave birth to a Vaishnava. Even the earth, Prithvi, becomes also happy. Oh, I'm getting the food dust from a Vaishnava. So all this burden of the sinful activities of the sinners, it's being taken away because of this dust of the food dust of the pure devotees. Even in Pitrigana, also in this planet of our fathers, they are so happy. I will be delivered. Even demigods are happy and also throwing lotus petals. Even if in your house one Vaishnava son is born, there's a shloka in the Shastra. So Nrisimhadeva told, hey Prahlad, you are such Uttam Bhagavat. So 21 generations will already be delivered. No need to. But Nrisimhadeva said, ask some benediction. Told to Prahlad.
इस जगत में तुम्हारे अनुयायी होंगे, वो सभी मेरे भक्त हो जाएंगे. हे प्रहलाद, तू मेरे भक्त के सर्वश्रेष्ठ हो, इसलिए सभी को.
Prahlada, you are my ideal devotee, so you set the example.
हे अंग, प्रहलाद को कैसे संबोधन करे भगवान नृसिंहदेव?
So then what Nrisimhadeva does?
यद्यपि मेरे अंग के स्पर्श मात्र से तुम्हारे पिता एवं सब प्रकार के पवित्र हो गए हैं.
Actually, your father has already been purified just by the touch of my body in the time of his death. Nonetheless, the duty of a son is to perform the Shraddha ritualistic ceremony after his father's death, so that his father may be promoted to a planetary system where he may become a good citizen and devotee. So if you get the touch of the lotus hand of Lord, then everything is done. Chaitanya Charitamrita also explains in the time of the Ratha Yatra, Srivas and the devotees, they were near Mahaprabhu dancing. They were so absorbed in prem. Then the Prataparudra king, he came with his bodyguard. What is his name? He came standing, and he was a very high, tall person, this security guard of Maharaj Prataparudra. Srivas Thakur was dancing, sometimes in the back, sometimes in the front, he was moving. But behind him, Maharaj Prataparudra was there. And then the bodyguard of Maharaj Prataparudra, he was pushing away again and again Narada Rishi. Oh, be careful not to fall on the king. So that's why he was pushing him away. Srivas Thakur was so absorbed in prem, chanting Nama Sankirtan. So Srivas Thakur was angry. What did he do? He slapped Harichandra, Harichandra, bodyguard of Maharaj Prataparudra, who had pushed him. In front of the king, you did this to me? So Harichandra wanted to kill Srivas. Then Maharaj Prataparudra said, Harichandra, actually you are fortunate. Look how beautiful your destiny. You got the touch of the lotus hands of Srivas Thakur. Because Srivas Thakur slapped him. So if this was also in my bhagya, in my destiny to get the touch of his lotus hands, my life would be successful. So actually the touch, having the touch of the Vaishnava's hand is actually their mercy. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada wrote, when the Guru chastised the disciple, you should understand, actually this is for the benefit and auspiciousness of the disciple. Understand? That Guru who is not chastising the disciple can do anything, then actually he's not giving this auspiciousness. So the anger of the Vaishnavas, the words they use, is only for our benefit, not from the Amangal. Actually in this world, only Guru Vaishnavas can really purify us. This is true. If the Vaishnavas chastise us, if the Vaishnavas hits you or chastises you, then you think, oh, this is removing my anarthas. This I'm getting some benefit. Everything in this world, they just want to glorify us. Everyone wants to glorify us, isn't it? Who will see our faults? Who will tell us our faults? And seeing our faults, who can correct us and purify us? Only Guru and Vaishnavas. This is true. Guru and Vaishnavas, they can correct us, but also opposite. So if Guru Vaishnavas hit us or chastise us, we'll be like Harichandra. We want to like revenge or something. But actually we're getting their mercy. We don't want to take their mercy. You see, Harichandra, he didn't want to take the mercy of Srivas Thakur. That's why Harichandra, he was thinking, oh, he has insulted me. So he wanted to beat him also. But Maharaj Prataparudra is the embodiment of humility. He said, Harichandra, how can you think like this? You got the touch of the lotus hand of Srivas Thakur. So if Guru Vaishnavas put their hand on our head, this is for our mercy. In Ramayana also we see when Lavankush, they came to the kingdom of Ramachandra, they told all the katha, and when they finished telling the story of Ramayana, then Ramachandra asked them to Lavankush, do you mean to say that you are my son? You are my sons? So that's why actually you are eligible, like you are inherent of all the kingdom. Then Bhagavan Ramachandra, he put his hand on the head of Lavankush. This is explained in the Valmiki Ramayana. Then in this moment, Lavankush, their heart melted with prem. So they started crying. Then Ramachandra asked Lavankush, why are you crying so much? Tell me. Then Lavankush told, by having the touch of our father, which son would not have his heart melted having received the touch of the father's lotus hand? So if you feel the touch of your father's lotus hands, which son wouldn't have its heart melted in this moment? So Ramachandra was actually saying, you want to prove that you are my son? But Lavankush, what did they tell in this moment? O king, no, not only we are your sons. The king is the father to all the subjects. You are not only our father, actually the king. He gives mercy to everyone. And all the subjects, they're like sons of the king. So Lavankush, they are saying, having received the touch of Jagat Pita, the father of the universe, the king, it's of course our heart will melt. This of course. You've seen the Ramayana, so beautiful. This is true. But because we have many anarthas, because we are so naughty, or we are behaving opposite, like with opposite. So here's saying, hey Maha-Prahlada, hey Anga. Actually, just by receiving my touch, your father is already purified. So, because Hiranyakashipu, he was touched by the hand of Nrisimhadeva or not? So Nrisimhadeva touched whom? To whom with his lotus hand? To Hiranyakashipu. So that's why all the sins of Hiranyakashipu automatically they were destroyed. So Jadeva Goswami describes. So this is specialty of Nrisimhadeva. How did he kill Hiranyakashipu? Not with any weapons. Actually with his nails. A nail is a part of the body. Is a part of the body. He touched him. So like this Hiranyakashipu, he was like blessed. Because if anyhow the hands of Lord touch you, lotus hand of Lord touch you, yeah, prepare the arati, light the lamp. If the lotus hand of Lord anyhow touches you, you'll be so blessed. So this one kind of Vyatihik Alankar in this sentence, Tavakara Kamali, means the lotus hand of Lord is being compared to so your hands are like the best lotus flower, but your nails are like a mountain. And Hiranyakashipu is compared to the bumblebee. Hiranyakashipu is being compared to the bumblebee. To the bumblebee. Understand? The lotus sometimes closes up the bumblebee inside. So how actually the bumblebee cuts the lotus petals? Not opposite. Lotus petals does not cut the insect. But here we see like different alankar, like viparit means opposite alankar. Because saying that the lotus hand of God is piercing through the bumblebee, not the opposite. So Nrisimhadeva with his lotus hands, with his nails, he's open up the chest of Hiranyakashipu. So he's being touched, right? So being touched by the lotus hand of Nrisimhadeva, automatically Hiranyakashipu was delivered. So I apologize for any mistake. Some part if I was not so much attentive and I committed any mistake. I think that happened today. I'm sorry.